Jack della Maddalena argues Shavkat Rakhmonov no longer no. One contender, I think the division has moved on. Jack della Maddalena addresses the state of the welterweight division ahead of his first title defense at UFC 322. UFC welterweight champion Jack della Maddalena isn't in the business of turning down fights. That's why when the UFC came calling with Islam Makhachev as his next opponent, he didn't blink. Despite having no previous experience at 170 pounds, Makhachev's career accomplishments are many, but even more important than that was della Maddalena's willingness to face anyone and everyone the UFC threw at him. If he's successful in his first title defense at UFC 322, the 29-year-old Australian has a long list of potential contenders awaiting him. One name that has seemingly fallen out of the race is Shavkat Rakhmonov, who hasn't been seen since a win over Ian Machado Gary in 2024. While he'll gladly face Rakhmonov if that's what the UFC wants, della Maddalena believes new contenders have emerged in his absence, and the best ability to get a title shot oftentimes comes down to availability. It's hard for me to tell. Della Maddalena told MMA Fighting when asked about Rakhmonov's status as the #1 contender in the division. I think the division has moved on. If you stay inactive, you kind of fall behind. I think that's where it is. Someone like Sean Brady has been so active. Ian Gary, these guys are very active. How can Shavkat stay in that top position when these guys are fighting guys? It's a hard one, but I'll just do whatever I'm told. Whoever's next is who the UFC tells me is next. On the same night, della Maddalena defends his title for the first time. Sean Brady takes on Michael Morales in a featured fight that could potentially put the winner on track for a shot at the belt. Meanwhile, Gary is slated to face former UFC welterweight champion Belal Muhammad in the UFC Qatar main event, just 1 week after della Maddalena's fight. Toss in another former champion like Kamaru Usman, who recently dispatched Joaquin Buckley in dominant fashion, and the list gets even longer when it comes to who could receive the next crack at the title. I think the next few weeks is a good time for the welterweights, della Maddalena said. It's all the top guys are fighting each other. The next few weeks, we're going to see who in the top 5. They'll all pretty much lay out the order of who's next. It's exciting who the top contenders are. Considering everything that's happening at welterweight, Rakhmonov might get left out in the cold for the time being, although if he's able to return in early 2026 and pick up another win that might change the narrative. For now, della Maddalena agrees that staying active bodes well for everybody else vying for a title shot, which is exactly how he earned his opportunity when Rakhmonov was supposed to face Muhammad back in May but couldn't accept the fight due to an injury. I think activity is key, della Maddalena said. You sit on the sidelines too long, you definitely fall behind.